These are frozen. I want to see how resistant they are to the frost. You can see this is frozen solid, like an ice cube. Can't even press it. I just watered them last night and it did freeze last night. Yep, those are frozen solid. I didn't know it was going to freeze last night, so we'll see what happens once they defrost. They might. Now see, this one here did not freeze. If that water, that soil is soft. So if I would have had this table pulled, looks like that would have made the difference. This one's frozen too. Yep, this soil is frozen solid. Just the block of that wall. This wall blocked this one enough, not these others. So it'll defrost here probably by about 9 or so this morning, and we'll see how they look once they've defrosted. I don't know if I can pick up the frost on this. It's kind of sparkly. The garden. The plants look pretty good, but sometimes it can look that way while they're frozen, and then once they defrost, that's when you have a problem. So these plants are frost resistant though. They can handle frost. It's like they have a natural antifreeze. Whoa, these I can see, these have gotten frozen. Yeah, look at that. See, that's not bending. Kind of crinkly. They're frozen. Yeah, look at that. We'll see what happens when they defrost. You can even see the glitter like diamonds. So, first frost of the year. Wonder how my seeds, my flax seeds too, wiped them out or not. So, go check the rest of the gardens. You can see these froze. See how glistening they are. So we'll see what happens. Not all these are frost resistant. These bok choy, I don't think they are. And unfortunately these broccoli might not be too. You can see them, they're glistening. They are frozen. So that's the first frost this year. Yeah, it got them. We'll come back and check them again after they defrost and see what kind of condition they're in. See the strawberries have that sparkle look to them because they got hit by the frost. The cabbage, 4 cabbage plants here. There's one. Curly kale. Collard. That's my breath. It's pretty cold still. So come back and check it again after it's warmed up and things have defrosted. Yep, dip just below freezing. Have a look at this. That would usually flop around pretty easy. It's frozen. So we'll see how they look as it defrosts. That didn't freeze. But yeah, this one did. Weird, that one did not. This one did. That's odd. Hit or miss, it's hard to say why. It's just the weather patterns, I guess. So I'm gonna check the other gardens too. Some of these plants are more frost tolerant than others. I am worried about the broccoli. In the past, broccoli is not as frost tolerant as others. So I was kind of hoping that we could get them through and before the frost came. Because this is kind of an early frost around here. It's not that unusual, but it's not unusual for it not to freeze until after the beginning of the year. Now these wintergreens, they are very frost tolerant. You can see it. You can visibly see they're frozen. It's amazing how when they defrost, they're more vibrant. They love the cold. They can handle it. Kind of like me. But, this isn't cold compared to other places, like folks up north. Like Rem's family farm, he has to deal with real cold. That's big boy cold. This is little boy cold. The grass is frozen. Kind of crunches as I walk on it. Those are cabbage. Cabbage can be a little vulnerable to the frost too. You can see these colored. I'm not sure on those. And the kale are very durable to the frost. You can barely even tell they got frozen right now. But I promise you they are. They are frozen in there. They're very durable. Those I know will be fine. Even these strawberries, you can see them. Look at them. Look how frozen they are. It's like they were dusted with powdered sugar. And freezing actually does bring out the sugar in plants. Some process that they go through to help protect themselves from the cold. They get the sugars going, and that makes a difference, I guess. Not a great scientific explanation there, but it's about the best I can do. My son Truman could explain it thoroughly, detail for detail, knowing all the scientific words and every term and exactly how it's done. So, I'll be checking them back in a couple hours once it's defrosted. Check it out. They came right back. Look how nice they are. A few hours ago, these were completely frozen. It's nuts. It's like nothing even happened to them. There's some type of an antifreeze that they use. Look at that, man. These were frozen. Nice and soft and supple. They're healthy. They're ready to go, so I know I've got some good winter plants here. They will last the whole winter. They're durable. They can handle the freeze. Take a look at them now. Look how stiff they were. Look how pliable it is now. Now it's not frozen. And they are back to normal. They're healthy and fine. No problem. All of them. They are all good to go. Even these small young plants. Usually younger, smaller plants, they can't handle getting frozen. Now these mustard greens, they are okay in the frost. Those small ones on the end are the Mizuna. See, there's some older Mizuna. Here's the seedlings. I direct sowed them into the soil there. These others, I planted them in trays first and then transplanted them. Here, these. Look at them. They're all fine. No sign of frost at all. Well, another one that's looking good. These bok choy came back. I wasn't sure about them. I guess I didn't know what I was talking about. They are just fine. And they were completely frozen. I could tell by looking at they were frozen. They had that frozen look. Look at these Savoy. They are fine. They look great. The broccoli. I was also worried about these. I don't know what I was worried about. Look at them. They are beautiful. I'm going to try to go on the other side. Get a shot facing the sun. My shadow's going to be in the way. They look nice. They are awesome. You weren't affected at all by that. Yep. Looking good. All these plants are weather tested now. I know they can survive the winter. There are different levels of frost, though, I have to admit. There are frosts that last longer, and that can have an impact. That frost sitting on their leaves. This was it was a flash frost, and it got just below freezing. It was really right at freezing. It dropped just to 32, and it was 33, 34 degrees Fahrenheit, right at freezing. So there's different levels that can make a difference, but it's still encouraging to see them handle that frost so well. Again, they are looking nice. I knew the curly kale would be fine. But these others, I wasn't 100% sure. I felt decent. But, I wasn't 100% sure. Turns out they made it just fine. I was really worried about these strawberries too. I didn't know strawberries could be so frost resistant. Yeah. They have come back. They look even better. Look at them. They're vibrant, really bright green. It looks healthy. There was a fruit on one of these too. Yeah, there it is. I see it. See the fruit peeking in through those leaves? Very hard to see, but it's in there. Yeah, I've heard about berry picking after a frost like that. The berries get even sweeter. That's what I've heard anyways. So my winter gardens are off to a great start. They just handled their first frost. And I have a lot more seeds I'm going to be planting and more plants I'll be getting in the garden. I have a space here for some Swiss chard I got. Nellie got for me from Walmart. They look like really nice plants. I'm going to get them into that opening right there. Oh, it's looking good. Thank you for watching my surviving the first winter frost video. Talk to you later. Bye. Here are some plants that did not handle this first frost very well. This is my wife's angel trumpet. Beautiful flowers. It's past its flowering stage. Now it's past its growing stage. I hope it'll come back next year. This is our first year with it. Looks like the ube came through kind of okay. You can see they were affected. Her papaya and pepper are not looking so good. Yeah, really wilted leaves on both. The pepper were coming to an end anyways. I'm surprised the cassava's looking as good as it is. That's not a winter plant. You can see that papaya. Pretty wilted leaves. It might survive, but it's been harmed for sure. And those over there are bitter melon. They don't like the frost either. So they've definitely been affected. They might survive, but they've been affected. I had a tithonia that the deer had not gotten to. So this tithonia got hit by the frost, and the flowers look pretty decent, but the leaves, I mean, it can survive. If we get a nice recovery of warm weather, it can come back. But tithonia like it hot. Some like it hot. Tithonia are one of those some. Check out my poinsettia. Man, I love this plant. A little Walmart Christmas poinsettia. Look at it. It's getting a flowery. It's getting a floweriness to it. Looking nice. Obviously, it can handle the frost too. So that's something I learned. And my cassava is looking like it wasn't affected much by the frost. Again, I'm surprised by that because they are a warm weather plant. They like the warm. And in the past, My cassava did not like the cold. You can see these peppers were pretty harshly affected. They're not going to survive the winter. I already know that. It's just a matter of time before they just die off. Their roots can survive though. They can actually come back in the spring and be really nice for the summer. So they can survive as far as their roots, but that's basically regrowing. All the green is regrowth, is regrown. The green part will not survive, and you can see they were hit pretty hard. I can see how wilted they are. I keep them watered. But that's just kind of an example of plants that handle the frost okay, and others that don't. These handled it beautifully. Here's the Swiss chard that I got from Walmart. Be planting them soon. So, kind of interesting how some plants can handle the cold and others can't. Kind of like people.